Okay. Hey guys, it's Phantom and welcome back, or welcome to my channel. Sorry. For another reaction video. And in this video, I'm going to be reacting to this new life simulation game could replace The Sims. So let's click play and let's get into this video.
Sims. It's called Paralives, okay? And you might have heard about this before, and I've seen a lot about it. I've been waiting on making a video because I was kind of like, I don't know about this game. It seems too good to be true. I don't trust these people. But the more I see on it, the more I'm like, okay, we have to talk about this, right? And like I said, it's a new life sim that is like ultra customizable. When you see the build tools, you're gonna lose your mind because the ability that you have to control everything in this game, from what we've seen so far, is really cool. They've shown footage of like moving and drawing curved walls and changing the size of windows by clicking and dragging. I mean, we thought that the Sims 4 cast was cool for like customizing features. Paralives so far looks insane. I'm gonna link a lot of stuff about this game in the description box if you want to read some more about it. Now, as of right now, it's still obviously in the works, so there's a lot of things that we don't really know about this game, like release dates, no clue. It could take years for it to come out, which is why I feel a little bit skeptical about this because it is still in development. So like getting too excited right now is kind of scary to me. But it's going to be on Steam for PC and Mac. It's supposed to have support for mods through the Steam Workshop, which is really cool. And the creator plans on having minimal DLC. So he plans on having a lot of updates to the game, but having less like paid content. Like The Sims 4 obviously has like constant DLC coming out and game packs and expansion packs and all of that. But this creator intends to have less DLC, which is a good thing, I think, as far as your wallet goes. But obviously, again, we don't know much about how that's all gonna work just yet, but I want to show you guys some of the features they've talked about because they're so cool. This is an article from Game Informer, and in it, they call Paralives a new rival to The Sims, which, I mean, I think is very possible, but you can see the art style here. It looks kind of like this, and you might notice some of the features of this build. They're kind of wild, but I want to show you guys some of the footage of what it looks like.
It kind of looks like the Second Life, like I don't know. It kind of looks like the Second Life game, like just from pictures. I know it's not Second Life because I mean I've played Second Life before. Um, but I know that it's not Second Life, but like the house gives me Second Life vibes for some reason.
Like to do curved walls and split leveling in this game because this is insane. Like, look at how they're gonna draw these walls. You can basically draw them anywhere and curve them in any way, and then you can like click on things and make split leveling like this. I mean, it almost, like I said, seems too good to be true. Like, I don't, in my head, can't understand how this would work as far as like your Sims using it. It looks kind of like a mobile game to me. Like, the graphic style, and I feel like it's almost like too much customization, but I am not complaining. I am very curious to see how it actually works, but I mean, look at that. Like, look what they just did with the split leveling in this room. And how you can put walls anywhere like this. I mean, that's crazy. Think of the things you could build in this game. And it seems so easy to do also. They just clicked and dragged to make these crazy walls and split levels and the stairs.
Like, you could probably build some crazy things in this game. I almost said The Sims. I'm sorry, but like I'm a Simmer, and I'm probably gonna compare this game to The Sims, most likely, because I play The Sims 24 freaking 7. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I like it, but it really looks like it really reminds me of like other games that I've played.
Place on any angle. I mean, The Sims 4 cannot relate with our grid system, which also kind of concerns me because, again, we're so used to a grid system. In my head, I, like, can't imagine this working, but it seems like it is. And if you remember The Sims 3, you could place lots wherever you want. You can go into World Edit and kind of place lots down in the world, not just, like, place a build down. I mean,
you could literally what she means is you could literally place, like, things like houses down. Like, if you have custom houses, which I have a lot of, because I go CC shopping quite a lot. So you could literally like you could bulldoze a freaking lot and put a house down in The Sims 4, and you could edit the open world, and you could put other custom worlds in your game, which is really cool. And then they had functional garages that would actually open. I kind of miss garages in The Sims.
Like place a lot, like make the lines of a new 30 by 20 lot somewhere in the world. And you can't do that in The Sims 4, it's a closed world and stuff like that, but in Paralives, you can draw the boundaries of lots, as in like you can move around what the boundaries of a lot are. You're seeing in this video how they're just like drawing the lines of new lots in the game, and it defines like a price for them. I mean, I think this is insane. Like the customizability of this world. How does that work? Right? Also, the prices look very expensive to me. I'm very curious to see like what the currency is in this game and like what. I mean, it looks more realistic to me as far as real life.
Yeah, it does look pretty realistic.
Blood pressure on fish efficient was 68.
Life money goes. So I'm curious to see how that all works. But did you guys just watch that? You can just draw the boundaries of lots. This game seems to have a very powerful tool for customizing like everything. And we've seen mostly like build tool customization and less about like cast and actual gameplay stuff. But to be honest, I care most about the build stuff. So like, I don't really care if your cast tools suck, personally, because I just want to build. Like, I have so many ideas and like visions in my head of all these things that we could do and build in this game. Like, think about how powerful this is. You can literally do whatever you want, and if I can customize lot shapes, like I'm thinking, like think about my SimCity save for a second. Imagine if I could customize like the lot shapes and the spacing of the lots and all of that too. I would have so much power. I want power. It does make me wonder how big the worlds are gonna be if it looks like this, and also are they gonna have to be very grid-like? Like what's the world gonna look like outside of just this one street they've shown us? Because obviously we've seen very little of this game, but I mean, it looks pretty promising to me. This is one more thing you need to see. Look at the customization of this window. You can place it anywhere and click and drag to make it bigger. Are we seeing this? And the curtains, look at this, look at this, look at this. The Sims 4 could never. I was so impressed by that. Like, it's just so cool. I mean, for one, I hope that you can have the curtains be open also. But like, the way you can just click and drag to resize things. I've seen footage of clicking and dragging to resize like a desk as well, and moving things like a hutch onto the desk and stuff like that. So it looks like you can change the size of furniture too, which is really impressive. But the most exciting part to me is just the moving of the window. How you can like pick up a window and just move it, and it isn't stuck on a grid. I think that's awesome, and you can make it however big you want, because then you can make it fit however you want. Now I'm wondering, it looks like there isn't much snapping going on, which kind of concerns me, because it'll be hard to make things even, but obviously it's hard to tell like actually what it's going to be like right now, this early in development. And I also really don't like the art style that much, I'm not gonna lie. It looks like a mobile game to me, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I don't know. They've also confirmed things like an open world, boats, cars, bikes, pets, and seasons, all supposedly going to be in the game at launch. Which, again, makes me feel like this might be too good to be true. Like, we're talking about all these build features, all these features for gameplay stuff. We don't know much about cast yet, but presumably going to have similar, like, high expectations for that. And it makes me wonder, like, is this actually possible to be pulled off in a base game at launch by a developer like this? The Sims has this method of making these games kind of down. They've been doing it for 20 years. They know what works for them and how to do it, and it seems overly ambitious to me to say you're going to have all of this stuff at the launch of the game. And it's awesome and so cool if it gets pulled off, but I do feel a little bit wary of like, oh, can we do that? And like making these promises that can't be kept, because I know that Sims community members are so excited about this game. Like the Sims people, all of us, we're losing our minds over this, and I also know that Sims community members have a tendency to take things and run with them, and if this game
or take them way too far
ends up not living up to the expectations we've set and also they've set, we're gonna be really upset. And I'd hate to see this game fail because it's made these promises it can't keep. Because it looks so cool and it has so much potential, but I just worry about that. About these like huge promises and all of us being like, oh my god, confirmed, it's gonna be awesome, and like also knowing that it's gonna take a long time for it to come out and us being all excited now Is the hype gonna die? Like, we need to, I think, keep reasonable expectations and give this game the time to breathe and live on its own. Also, I think that comparing it so directly to The Sims always is a negative, because while we want it to be a Sims replacement, sort of, and a competitor to The Sims, because obviously it's always good to have a competitor to a thing you love. It's gonna make The Sims better. If Paralives is doing awesome things, it's gonna push The Sims to do awesome things, because they're competing, and that's always good. But, again, it's its own game, and if we constantly compare it to, like, oh, well, The Sims didn't have pets at launch, but Paralives will, like, if you keep comparing these things, right now, we don't know much about Paralives, so it seems, like, all around better than The Sims, but once it comes out, we're gonna be like, oh, well, in The Sims you can do this, and you can't do it in Paralives, and it's gonna be this constant, like, oh, well, this and this and this, and I think that's gonna make the game impossible to live its own life and, like, be its own good game, because it can be good on its own without having, like, the exact same features of The Sims 4, you know? I'm sorry for preaching. But like I said, I've got a bunch of things linked down below about Paralives if you're interested in seeing them. They also have a YouTube channel of their own, so if you go ahead and sub to this, you might see some exclusive content, such as videos like this of them changing and rotating objects. I mean, isn't that kind of wild? Look at how they're just moving things around. I mean, all of the furniture items are so customizable as far as shape goes, but I'm wondering what the color system's gonna be like. And again, the more I look at this, the more I'm like, this is too good to be true. How is this even possible? I mean, it's wild. It's really cool. But it makes me wonder, like, if we're gonna have this many ultra customizable things as far as items go, does that mean we're gonna have less content? Like, if you're gonna have desks that you can change, are we gonna have less desks? All I'm trying to say is, there's definitely pros and cons to this game, and I'm really looking forward to seeing more of it, because it's hard to criticize it and even praise it knowing this little about it, but seeing new content of it makes me really excited, because it looks really, really cool. I keep saying that, but it does. It looks really, really cool. What are your thoughts? Are you excited? Let me know in the comments down below. We can keep following this and looking forward to new updates on it. The developer has an official Discord, also like a Twitter and YouTube and all kinds of stuff like that, so I'll link all of those things down below for you, because you can do some research yourself about the game. But this is like a legitimate Sims competitor, it looks like. And I mean, we've seen stuff like this kind of come and go over the past few years, like supposed Sims alternatives, life simulators coming up and stuff. But again, The Sims has been around and doing this, and doing it at the top level for like 20 years. It's really hard to compete with The Sims. They've had a monopoly on it for 20 years, you know? Like, while it's exciting to have a potential competitor, again, we gotta, like, keep our expectations at a reasonable level. Okay, I'm sorry, I'll stop. It looks really cool. Okay, I'm done. But make sure to leave a like and comment and subscribe and do all those fun YouTube things. And in case you guys didn't know, I post new videos every single day, and so I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody. I think Paralives is a cool name, too. Like, I think they did that. I think this is gonna be really good. But again, expectations at a reasonable level. Say it with me, guys. Reasonable expectations. We can try at least.
Okay, so that is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and please subscribe to my channel. And also subscribe to Simsy for more content, especially if you like build videos, because she makes some awesome builds. And I'm gonna go now so that I stop rambling. So, goodbye, guys.